Folks, welcome back to the channel. Really do appreciate you being here. If you are new here, hey, how you doing? My name's Chris and I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle. And welcome to my absolutely full warehouse at the moment. It's been a crazy journey to get here. We've been doing this for 5 years now, and we recently moved into this warehouse 6 months ago. We started in the thrift, we started in the op shops, we started from home, we moved into some storage units, and we've made our way to here. And actually last week I got my biggest order. This is 5,000 pieces that came through. It's about 10, 11 pallets worth, which is pretty crazy. But the purpose of these videos is two things. Number one, I'm just documenting my journey, and it's going to look very different to probably how you're doing your journey. I'm not here to tell you how to build your business or tell you how to do reselling or anything like that. I'm literally just sharing the journey as I do it. And the reason I do that is point number two is because I want to motivate, I want to encourage, and I want to inspire you to go after whatever it is that you want to do. Be it business, be it eBay, be it reselling, be it completely something else. That is the whole purpose. For me, this is what I love. I love this absolutely so much. It's some nice pride and joy in doing all of this and achieving what I want to achieve. But these are my dreams, my goals. So, you know, find what yours is, chase after it, and hopefully these videos can give you some of those, you know, hints, tips, tricks, and motivation to do so yourself. Monday morning, it's interesting morning. I've got people parked in my car park, so which means my staff won't be able to park here. That annoys me so much because there just seems to be this lack of courtesy of other people. But last week, yeah, we got this big deal. We started processing some. We've already processed about 800 pieces in terms of counted. We're putting into washing bags. I've got to finalize this morning. Dion was having a ball doing all of this, but today I've got 3 staff members in, 2 photographers. Dion's in as well, and we're going to have to make some adjustments for one of our photographers. Just make sure they're super comfortable here. I'm just going to get set up, put the lights on, get the things on charge, all that jazz. And I've got a few other things that are happening today. I've got a video conference with my guy in the Philippines, John. He's helps do all my listings. We're catching up, doing a few things, and I've got to send some emails on a new proposal of a new opportunity. And yeah, we've got to pack all the whatnot orders as well. Well, Dion does, but I'll probably end up helping him because we have so much to get through. So pretty exciting stuff. We had a really great success with whatnot on the weekend. Like, this is someone's pile, this is someone's pile, all of this, all of this, all of this. It's been pretty chockers, but very grateful to be able to have people come and purchase from us. Oh, and there's actually, I think this is the stuff that we didn't sell. This is the stuff that still needs to figure out what's happening with it next. So yeah, very grateful. I'm going to get myself set up, get things on charge, and I'll take you through the rest of the day. But if you've got questions, if you've got comments, more than happy to share and help. And, you know, if I can answer a question, I will. If I don't have the answer, I'll try and point you in the right direction. So come along for another week of what it's like running a reselling business. Ciao. All right, team, how is everything tracking? That is the big question. The weekend actually was pretty good. Other than whatnot, we've actually done okay. We've got actually got about 75 orders to go out. Don't know how well you can see that. We're sitting on 109,152, so still up there. Probably a little bit behind where I want to be, but because of whatnot, that's actually helping the dip in the eBay side of things. So, you know, we're pretty much almost on target for where I want to be. I don't know if you can see this really well, but basically, at the moment, I'm meant to be on 76,700. We're on 76,113. So 130. Sorry. So we're almost there. So we're doing pretty good. It's interesting how the waves have been happening at the moment. Last week we had a lot of people do items not as described simply because of due to color or because it doesn't fit. That is getting really annoying, but we just have to ride that wave. Other than that, like, I think things are going well. So I'm gonna get cracking on into the day. I've got to do a couple of listings now, just prep for the day, and I've got to send some emails. And then when Cameron's here, he's our new photographer. We've got to help him set up the new workstation for him, just so it's a bit more comfortable because he's a bit taller than everyone else. Other than that, we've got washing going, washing coming, all those different things. So it's gonna be a pretty busy morning, but nothing crazy, just kind of usual Monday morning stuff. Okay team, so Dion's getting out all the stock, and like this is all eBay, and then he's got a couple more crates over here that he's building up. He's going to be a busy boy today. I've got the washing back, so I'm just flat laying all this out. We've got heaps of shorts back, all of this and all of this. Got the team doing the photos, and then once I get this done, yeah, I might even start prepping, sorting some of this. We've got to send a couple other admin emails, but other than that, it's really just keep processing. All right, all the shorts are done. I think there was about 227 here. Just layers and layers of shorts. Really good actually. Should be all ready for spring and summer. Okay team, I've been doing listings, which I've now finished, and then Dion's still packing away. I think, yeah, still doing eBay. I'm going to start processing some of this and putting them into other washing bags just so we make space. This is a lot of button shirts. There's some really cool stuff in here. Lots of Carhartt, Polo, St. Laurent, jeez, heaps of stuff. Wrangler, yeah, wild stuff actually, pretty cool. Alright team, we've just been making up bundles of jeans and shirts and everything in between, sorting over here. Just getting this ready for washing. Some really cool brands here. Lots of variety, really cool stuff. Some really nice vintage Levi's as well. Still going through this, and then we're going through all the shirts as well, making up bags. So just trying to make room and space here, because until we get this done, we can't move this, and that's why I've got the e-waste parked out there, because don't have space. It's a good problem though. Alright team, I've had my call with John. I'm actually now helping Dion actually pack some of the whatnot orders, because we've had so many more eBay orders come through. We're a little bit behind. I'm actually just looking for the other tape gun at the moment. But yeah, that's what we're doing, and I had my call with John, just helping him learn a bit better on my pricing strategy so he can take a bit more off my plate. But that's all whatnot at the moment. We still have all of that to do, and those two piles at the back there, so lots to be done. Alright team, postage is all done. We've got 3 bags full, which is pretty much eBay. A little bit of whatnot in there as well, and then we've got all the boxes as well, which is for whatnot. That side is actually eBay as well, so quite a lot. I think Dion and I have packed, would have been about 312 items today, like, because a lot of them is bulk lots. So that's done. I just got to clean up out here, and then I'm getting out of here. But we've also processed basically all of these shirts as well. So what we started with this morning is now all done. That is ready to go to the wash as well, but we're prioritizing the shirts first. Just means that tomorrow we can start putting more on here as well. So win-win. That's it from me. I'm gonna wrap it up, get out of here, and we're back here again to do it all again tomorrow. Ciao folks, and just like that, it was Tuesday. It's wet, it's wild, it's crazy outside. It sounds like spring and it smells like spring. I don't like this weather. I don't like all the wind and everything like that. It really just does my head in, headaches and stuff like that. But anyway, just got in. It's just after 7. Just been setting up the cameras, get everything up on charge. So this is all the clothing that we got done yesterday. This was all shirts. We've got to continue to do the jeans, but it does mean we can probably start processing more today as well. There's been a quick update, a heavy update regarding the USA and the whole situation of tariffs and all that. So Australia Post has come out and officially suspended all of postage to the US, and yeah, it's a little frustrating. Obviously not their fault. It all comes back to the US, and they're integrating with a new tool called, I think it's called Zonos, where you're going to have to pay all your duties and everything in advance of sending. So still not sure how that's going to all play out with eBay as well, because I'm not paying for duties in advance and having to pay the duty. This just doesn't seem fair. Like that I have to cop that. If eBay can bring in a a tool or something that can calculate that in advance and then it's getting collected and then I can pay for it, I'm happy to do so. But yeah, definitely, I mean, look, these things change. It will probably change by the time I release this video again, because last week I spoke about it, it's already changed. So it is what it is. So I have turned off all of US shipping at the moment, until that's finalized and there's an actual consistent path forward. Bit frustrating, but you know, I'm gonna try and really ramp up and prioritize obviously other international markets, Japan being a big one, but you know, it's not as easy as just like, oh, Japan wants to buy more from me, but seeing how I can do that, because with the clothing, probably US, UK, Japan are my best buyers internationally. So definitely something I got to take into account. It's pretty crazy to think that, you know, at the time that we're alive in the, you know, with the technology and everything that's booming and happening, that we're not able to send to the US. It's just wild. Anyway, it is what it is. So that's how it is there. We have a lot of orders actually. I'll put you back down. We've got actually over 30 orders. It's actually pretty wild outside. Let me just put you back down. I realize I haven't set up my laptop. We've got 30 orders. Yesterday was great. We ended up doing like $3,500, and we're actually hit back up on 112. Actually, this is the highest we've ever been, 112,644. We've got 30 orders going out. We did sell a whole bunch of stuff. Very, very happy. Dion's gonna be Dion's gonna be busy. He's gonna be busy this morning. All right, so for me, my plan today is I'm gonna finish up doing some listings. I've got another call with my lister, John, later today. We're just ramping up and changing a few things. We may start to process all in here and put up racking. Might not either. I'm still pretty motivated to get some space here organized, which means we've got to finish that one and those 4 boxes. That stuff's got to be picked up, and it's absolutely wet and wild outside, so I can't really take stuff out, which is a bit frustrating. So really my priority is needing to still finalize this stuff here, and also these bags here, because they're loose and we can move that stuff quickly. The box stuff, you know, we can then end up having to put up there if we need to, but I can't get there. So it's a bit of a, you know, chicken egg kind of situation, but that's all right. It's all good. It's all good stuff, and we're going to continue to count this stuff. So that's my day. I'm pretty excited. Got the team in. Going to clean up all of this. We do have a charity whatnot show this week as well, which I've got to prep for. We're doing like Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball Z, whole bunch of cool stuff. So pretty excited to see that happen as well. So I'll be getting prepped for that today as well. All right, let's get into the day, go do some listings and charge on. All right, there was a couple of questions that I want to jump on straight away. Let's see. Came from actually, it's just one question. Came from traveling with Russell. Hope you're doing well, mate. Thanks for asking. How are the fees selling on Whatnot versus eBay? Is there an upside to one versus the other? Which is the easiest platform to sell on in the short time I've been doing it? So the fees are way better than on Whatnot. Average between 4 and 11%, depending on some of the campaigns they've been running. But most of the time it averages out to about 11%, which is obviously about 4 to 5% cheaper than eBay, and you don't have ad fees. So yeah, it's good, and it's been a lot easier to do because, you know, while I sold 209 items in 4 hours, that would have cost us to essentially photo, to list, to wash, all these different things. So and I know, you know, at the end of the video I spoke about it a bit more, but you've then further asked, but overall, is Whatnot going to become a thing, or is it just going to be push on with eBay? So Whatnot will be a continued process of our business. What that looks like, I'm still figuring out, because there's a lot of moving parts to it, meaning trying to get it right. I don't want to be just selling low-end stuff on there. I want to be selling really great value for our customers, but value for me. Like, I want to make money. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I'll keep trying different things. It's really good for cash flow. It's really good for moving old items. But also, you know, all that Disney stuff that we did, like I sourced that in 1 week, sold it in 1 week, and we got paid for it in 1 week. So that was good. It is obviously like very intensive for a short amount of time, but I think it's worth it. I think it's really worth it. So yeah, we're going to be doing it going forward at some form or matter for our business. Great question. All right, folks, this is what we've got going out. We've got lots of Pokemon. We've got some, random VHS tapes. We've got camera case. We've got lots of ink going out. We've got some cars. And then this is all clothing, which is really good. And then, Dean's already getting into it. It's nice and early as well, 8:40. So yeah, good amount of postage. It really did speed up last night, and it's kind of slowed down now a bit. But yeah, I also had a return come back. It was uncollected for 30 days. They spent $1,000 on this order and they haven't collected it. They haven't contacted me either. It's always interesting when these situations kind of happen as well. So yeah, we'll wait and see if they would have got notification today as well that we've collected it. So we'll wait and see what they say and go from there. All right, team, I'm just starting to prep for the Whatnot show, the charity live show that we're doing Wednesday night. So we've got a whole bunch of Dragon Ball Z, we've got a whole bunch of different types of Marvel stuff, and we've got a whole bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh as well. So just getting that all prepped up, ready to go, and then after that, we're gonna get into some clothing. All right, team, all of this now needs to be sorted. I think there was 69 in that little bundle there. This was a pretty cool find. Nice little Coogie mini dress. It's cool. But yeah, so at the moment just got to continue to check pockets, all that kind of stuff. That's what we're doing, prioritizing, and then we can move on to the next. Otherwise we get too excited and don't get any of the work done and just look at all the cool stock. But it's actually been a pretty interesting day because the sales are still rolling in, and as I mentioned, I had turned off US international postage, which is a bit of a shame because it is about 20% of our orders, but we seem to be doing some pretty good sales today, so that's a good nice little run at it. I've just had someone come through and purchase 5 items, so yeah, I'm very grateful for that. And a lot of that is stuff we've listed in the last 2 weeks as well, so even better. Folks, we have finished all the, well, they're not all the jeans, but it was just what was in those piles. So this is all ready for washing now. And we've been moving on to a few other bits and bobs that were in the bags. We just found this beautiful polo piece and a 2XB as well. They should go really, really well. And then we're starting to go through all of these. We're just counting them all. And then we're gonna prep them all for wash again. So just go, because if you haven't caught up, I've got 30 days to basically count all of this to agree on the total count. So we've got to keep moving. All right, team, it is, I'm just checking where we landed. All right, so it's, oh, there we go. It's 4 o'clock now. The team's all gone. I've just been having a call with my lister, John. We've just been strategizing on some changes that we're trying to do to ramp up a bit more. The team is finalized doing all of this by the looks of it. I can see Dion started to get into some of the t-shirts as well. He loves the t-shirts. We've got some really cool stuff. This is a nice, beautiful piece. This is an Afton floral. We've got just some standard wraparound. Lots of Carhartt in this. Like, all of this is pretty much Carhartt. A lot of this is then Ralph. A bit more Carhartt. That's a lot of, there's Wrangler, Levi's, Carhartt, Ralph Lauren, a whole bunch in there. Over here we've got just some bright colors here. And then this is, we've got a lot of Pendleton as well, and some flannels and some multicolored stuff. And of course there's all the denim here as well. So it's been a pretty cool day just getting through all of this. Obviously we have so much stock. We're just going to keep chugging through it. And then over here there's so much stock as well. Just never ends. But the team's working as hard as possible to get through all this as quickly as possible. But I think the key thing is like, I'm not necessarily worried about them getting through this as quick as possible. My goal now is to ramp up listings. And I'm going to show you guys where we're at with our dashboard, just to give you some better perspective. And the rain is so loud. I need to get out of the rain. It's driving me insane. We've got heaps of postage going out. Jeez, everything's going really well actually. Oh, it's cold. All right, so in terms of how we're tracking for things, I wanted to give you guys a bit of an update on that. Just show you the dashboard. I got a pretty exciting announcement. We've actually hit a new milestone again, and you know, these milestones are just continuously reminding me that we're getting closer to where I want to be, and that's why it's so important. And just to be frank, you know, like, it's the 26th of August and we've only just hit profit for the month. So like it's been a grind to get here, and that's because I'm still being very bullish and taking a lot of risk to grow the business, and obviously ramping up with staff, and those things cost money. But you know, I'm pretty grateful where we are. We're on track to potentially now do $45,000 for the month, which is hopefully where we will land. What I wanted to show you was we did hit this new milestone, assuming it hasn't disappeared. We're on 113,000 now, continuing to push that needle, and that's just eBay. We're actually higher than that. We're actually doing closer to what I think is, where is this? We're closer to, I'll just bring this up, give me a second. This is my big dashboard. Don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but we're actually closer to doing 127,000 for our 90-day total. That's with whatnot, wholesale, everything for the reselling business. And then our dashboard, which I haven't actually fully set up yet, just haven't been prioritizing it, but this is where it's basically looking at us to see. It's on track to show that we're going to do about 517,000 this year. I've moved the needle up. We're doing about 45 listings a day now. As I said, the goal is to get to 60 by the end of the year, end of the financial year, that is. Sales, we're doing about 38 per day. That includes whatnot. So we're ahead in sales, and we're now ahead in revenue as well. In terms of profit, we're averaging about 1.2K per month. So not much at all. But hopefully by the end of this month, we're going to land, I think if we keep the run rate up for this next week, we should learn probably about 3,000-4,000, which is pretty good because that's how much I pay myself, about $4,000 a month, just to keep things on top that I need to cover. And the rest is obviously, you know, playing it the long goal, because I try and put as much back into the business as possible so we can just keep growing. And this month is shaping up to be our total quantity sold at the highest, and potentially our volume. Look, if things keep traveling the way they do, we may even end up with our highest revenue month as well. Profit wise, our best month has been 14,000, and I took that and just, you know, threw it straight into July and August, which is why we're playing catch up. But I think we're going to get into a really good position by the end of the end of this month. It's actually starting to shape up pretty good. So that's where we're at. I got to pack up and get out of here. I've got a few things to do before I got to go, but it's been a pretty good day, all things considered. I'll probably actually leave it there. We've actually got, this is one of the prizes that's going out for this week for the charity giveaway for the raffle this week. And then, as I said, we've got a charity auction for whatnot tomorrow night as well. So lots of things happening. I'm going to get packed up and get out of here. I've got to go drop the post off on the way home as well. And we'll be back here again tomorrow, doing it all again, of course. Wouldn't change it for the world. It's pretty wet and wild out there. I was expecting a delivery, but looks like they haven't come, and they better not leave it out here in the rain. Anyway, all right, team, I will see you tomorrow. Ciao! Folks, and just like that, it was Wednesday. All right, so midweek madness. Not really, it's not even that mad. This week's been pretty cruisy. We haven't had to be rushing around to get things organized. We're just kind of just chugging along. So I've got a couple of photographers. Well, I've got one photographer in. I've got Dion in as well, so he's a photographer, but he does everything. The plan today is just to have the team continue to get through this and this. Probably still continue to sort and count this. We still need to get on to some of the non-clothing as well. So I might actually do some non-clothing items today after Backpack of It Kids. I've got a whole bunch of e-waste stuff that I got to do here, which is in some of these boxes that I've been putting off. But we're starting to get through here. I think Dion's going to go through these teas. I know he's super keen, so I'll probably get him to do that. I've been going through and upskilling John, my lister, and the team to just understand a bit more on some of the nuances around some of this clothing that we've got, just to help them understand it's not just standard bread and butter kind of stuff. And yeah, that's really my plan. So it is 7 in the morning. I'm still having issues with a car parking out the front. I've actually now had to leave a note there because I haven't been able to contact the individual because they never around. So it's like it's just been dumped there actually. And if it has been dumped there, if it's not gone by the end of the week, I'll have to get it towed away. It's just getting a bit annoying because the team can't park when we're at full capacity, and you know, we're not really slowing down, so a little bit annoying, but you know, just seems that there's a lack of general courtesy from other people. It is what it is. All right, so I'm going to just get everything set up here. I'm just turning on phones, putting the chargers on, all that stuff, and then I'll probably get into doing some what am I saying, Chris? I'll probably do some listings, just finish that up. I already did some this morning when I was having breakfast, but I've really been trying to avoid having to do them at home. I'm trying to do more here and less at home. That's the idea, to build that balance. It's not always as easy as it seems, just because there's always something going on. All right, that's fully charged. Charging, there we go. All right, and I think this one is fully charged already as well. 98%, good enough for me. All right, so I am going to get myself set up. It's actually been pretty good. We've continued to have some really good volume over, I wouldn't say it's a lot of volume, but some good sales overnight, and we're still on 113,000. And we've got 19 orders to go out. Did have a return come back, which I'll process in a second. But yeah, things are going good. All right, let's get cracking on the day. We do have a charity fundraiser tonight. We've got lots of, I said this yesterday, we've got lots of Marvel, we've got Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball Z, and then this is going out to a raffle winner tonight. And I do have something else going out as well, but it's already at home. So yeah, let's get into the day. All right, I'm still doing my listings, but I just had a question that I wanted to answer. It came from Jamie Kane. How important do you think networking is? I'm not the most sociable person, and I'm wondering whether that's holding my business back. I think networking in business is one of the key components to enable you to grow. One, because it grows yourself, but secondly, when it comes to sourcing, it's about building those relationships that are going to get you the good product. If you can't solve a problem or provide a value to your supplier, and what I mean by this is like, before they become your supplier. So, I mean, sure, look, you could call up someone that is traditionally a wholesaler, you're buying stock off them. That's just transactional. But once you start to build a reputation and explain what you're doing, what you're trying to achieve, they can start to work with you and find what's the best product for you. But that aside, I'm talking about like networking in terms of telling people what you do, sharing what you do, and being willing to have a conversation about those kind of things opens up some really amazing doors. One of the best deals that I ever got, still is today, it's actually through our ewaste deal that we have. That was someone that I had met through running. They reached out to me and said, hey, is this, do you do video games? Do you sell video games? I said, oh yeah, I do. And they had one, and I said, oh, look, it's not really worth my time to come pick up. It's only worth about $15. And they said, oh, look, I got a whole box. Why don't you come have a look? Now I went and saw them. Now they only reached out to me because they knew that's what I did. So I went and saw them. Turned out I didn't go to their house. I went to their business. And long story short, that's what started that whole opportunity of doing the e-waste, because, they knew what I did. They reached out, and then I said, oh no, I can do more of this. And I helped solve a problem for them. So networking is really important, because if you can find really great people and you can help them be successful, get results that they want to see, solve a problem for them, that's when you'll start to see opportunities open up. Now, I'm not saying that you can't be successful without networking. It just opens up a lot more opportunities. And all of my opportunities have come from conversations, networking, and putting myself out there, being willing to, hear what someone has to offer, being willing to go look at something, talking to people about what they have, and also sharing what I can do for them. So yes, I think networking is really, really important to help scale your business and grow your business, 100%. But it can be a little bit scary to go out on a limb, and if you're not comfortable, but just do a little bit. Tell some friends, tell some family members, do a post on your socials or something and say, hey folks, this is what I'm doing. I'm running a business. This is what I'm looking for. Let me know if anyone, wants to chat about it or needs some help, or, I'm buying all books. People want to get rid of books, just be out there. Just do it. You got to weigh up as like, well, if you're not the most sociable person, what are the things that you can do that helps you stay within your comfort zone? But at some stage, you are going to have to stretch that comfort zone a little bit and get a little bit uncomfortable, and you'll probably see the rewards. All right, it's 8:35, listings is done. I've done all my giveaway and live stream admin work as well. I'm going to actually probably just start to do some counting here actually, because I've only got an hour, well actually less than an hour till I need to go. And I think this afternoon I'm going to get into some e-waste stuff as well. So I'm just going to do this quick and easy, just continue the count. I'll let the folks process it and prep it later. But for now, we're just going to quickly get onto the count, because we need to, as I keep saying, we've got to get all of this counted within the first 30 days. That's the agreement. These clickers have been the best thing ever. Literally just hold it, you just pull it out and you get the point. If you want to pick one up, I'll put a link in the description as well. Yeah, I've also got to count all the shoes. I keep forgetting about those. I actually bought a whole bunch of these for Backpack for the kids to help them with their counting when they're doing all the Santa packs and stuff. It's going to be a game changer. I'm actually dropping a whole bunch off today. All right. Yeah, let's do this. I think what I'm going to do is, for a Get Wired podcast this week, I'm actually going to film me going through one of these boxes or something. So if you want to check that out, go watch the video. It's probably already released actually, so you can go check it out. I'll put it up on screen. I'll probably just go through one of these, and it will probably actually not really be a big talking session. It might be just a session of me just talking about what I'm pulling out versus me talking about a topic of choice. So that might be some fun. Anyway, I'm going to do this and count these. All right, Tim, we just emptied this one bag and there was 149 pieces in here. I haven't really looked through it because leaving the sorting for Dion, because he's way too excited. He's frothing over there. I can feel him like a little puppy squealing. No, so I've just pulled them all out just so I got the count. And what I do is I make him do all the hard work first, and then as a reward, he gets to go through the... No, so he'll sort these a little later. So I haven't really looked at anything, but this was a cool one actually. This is wild. I don't know if it's worth anything, but I mean, it can't be too bad. Definitely needs a wash, but that's sick. Some really interesting stuff that I just saw briefly. Some of it's really, really random, like really random, but yeah, a few jerseys, and just random stuff here. Some Carhartt, there's some Nike. I think there's some Harley Davidson there. There was another Coogee thing actually. This is pretty cool. Right here. Yeah, this is a interesting Coogee one. Don't really know much about this, but yeah, so all of that, and I'll leave that for Dion on the team to do a little bit later. It looks like there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more bags in there yet. So hopefully we can get that done this week. And then we'll be starting on... Oh no, there's 2 more bags back there as well. Jeez. All right. Nice. Not too bad. All right, team, slight little development. Always things changing. And I thought it wasn't going to be a different kind of week. So we realized that this vehicle that's parked out the front has actually had its plates removed. So we're actually thinking it might have been dumped. Anyway, I spoke to my property manager and they've suggested that we have to get the police to come out and have a look, see if it's something that's already been reported missing. And they've asked me to stay on site, which is fair enough. So I'm not at backpack, so I'm just doing a few other bits and bobs. I'm actually going to photo this and finally get this processed. And then if they come, I can still go to backpacks, but if not, I'll end up just being here. So I'm going to do a few little bits and bobs and charge on while I wait. Don't know what time they're coming, so. Alright team, I'm still here, so I'm starting on these shoes. I'm going to do, well, I've just pulled them out. Looks like these are not complete, but I think there's another box up there which has more shoes. So for now I'm going to start with these, get these done, give them a bit of a clean, take photos of them, get them prepped, get them ready. And then I'll get that other box down. I believe that's also got I think it's got some bags in it and sunglasses and shoes. But yeah, some pretty cool shoes here. There's some Salomons. Interesting bunch. They're yeah, Dr. Martens, Nike. Good bunch of range here. Hopefully we can find the rest of these. Alright team, I've been sorting all the rest of the shoes. We had a whole box of them and a whole box of sunglasses as well. Some really nice pieces in here of all types. There's a nice little Ray-Ban. So there was another, I think it was, I wrote it down. I used 26 sunglasses and another 30 pairs of shoes and bags. So we got like bags here. We've got like a little Dolce & Gabbana. More shoes here. Adidas collab, some boxed, Fred Perry bag, whole bunch of different stuff. So I'm just sorting these now, and there's more sunnies here. Pretty cool, interesting things. Just making space. It's more Salomon, nice. More Nike. Right, it's nearly lunchtime too. Still haven't had the boys in blue rock up, but shouldn't be too much longer, hopefully. We'll see. Obviously it's not priority, which is fair enough. Alright, all the t-shirts have been done. Dion's helped get that all focused for us. We just did some jackets in here, some really cool stuff, some vintage Nautica, really beautiful pieces in here. Some big puffers, some Alpha Industries. And then we've got these, we've got a Filson, which is pretty good. And then we've got a German, I believe this is from the German Army. Really nice piece as well. That's like a full outfit ready to go. I'm gonna start counting some of this. Dion's gonna get back on the photos and then we'll switch. He'll come back, he'll finish sorting after I've counted. Because we just need to get as many photos done as possible, but at the same time we have to get this counted as quickly as possible. Alright team, this was the cool find. I almost squealed. Little Pokemon Pikachu piece. So cool. And then we actually got a little liquid blue as well. And then all of this. We've got to keep it quiet so we don't distract Dion though. Alright folks, Dion's back into the sorting. We did find a couple of more. I got another AOP liquid blue. And then this one as well should do pretty good. Very nice. On the Delta Magnum weight. Never seen the Magnum weight. But there's been some really interesting stuff in here. Nothing over the top, but just lots of variety, lots of different things. Yeah, there's even Ralph Lauren in here. There's Lacoste, there's sports, there's everything, right? Dion's, mate, I got to make sure he leaves on time so he picks his kid up. Oh, you picking your kid up today?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all right. And we still got heaps to go, so there's going to be plenty of stuff to go through. Oh, this was good.
Matches.
Yeah. Ease up, Tiger. So I've just been doing some admin and listing. The cops haven't rocked up yet, so I don't know when they're coming, which is a little bit frustrating because, you know, I don't want them rocking up when I'm going to leave, which is probably the way it's going to be. It is what it is. We've been talking about doing the next Whatnot stream. I've actually been thinking about doing one on a Sunday, but I just got to be mindful of the weekend and lots going on. But we're probably going to do stuff in here. There's t-shirts, there's dresses, there's jackets, there's sweaters and all that different stuff. This is kind of modern. This would be low end, so just some store filler kind of stuff. But yeah, that's what we're thinking. There is still leftover Disney stuff as well, so we'll see. If it's not this week, maybe the following week. Actually, no, it won't be the following week because I'm away. So Interesting. And then we've still got all these t-shirts to do on Whatnot as well. So, yeah. All right, team. It is now 4 o'clock. I was just finalising some more stuff for the Whatnot show for tonight. I'm trying to get up as many possible items for pre-bids, but didn't get everything up in time. Dion's now gone. All the postage is done. I'm just actually getting a few more things photoed and just continue to sort this out. Tomorrow, all the washing that's getting picked up is all of this. And then we'll be able to start again and fill that up. Probably be sending all of this out. And then, yeah, tomorrow I'll be doing more of this. We've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like 6 bags left. Looks like we've got more t-shirts, puffers, sweaters, jackets, denim, and everything in between. So, yeah, that's probably the plan tomorrow as well. And, yeah, we also need to send out, obviously, that, but that'll probably be next week. There's some quick wins in here. It's been a good day of finding some pretty cool stuff. I'm pretty excited. We just so much to do. All right, team, that is a wrap. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to go drop the post off. I was just getting this ready for tomorrow's Get Wide podcast. We'll be going through all of this. Yeah, it's going to be another day of digging and sorting and counting tomorrow, but wouldn't change it for the world. Cops never showed up, so I guess they're probably going to come tomorrow, but who knows, maybe the car's going to be gone by then, but it is what it is. Sun's out. That's actually quite nice. It's been raining all day. All right, team, I will see you tomorrow. Ciao. Folks, and just like that, it was Thursday. The days go so quick. All right, so a few things to get done this morning. A little bit of an update with the situation with the car out the front. It has now disappeared. It's gone. So I need to call the police and just let them know that it's gone, that I don't need to come down and, waste their time, etc. But it looks like I've been watching the footage on my camera. Been some interesting things going on. So I do just make mention of a couple of things that just seem a bit suspicious. The removal of plates and things like that. Anyway, never a dull day. So I'm going to do that, and then I've got to. After that, I'm going to do a Get Wide podcast. It's probably not actually going to be a podcast. It's going to be just going to be like a work with me, just walk you through what I'm doing while I do it. And then we will get on to some other things normal for the day. I've got a catch-up call with one of my clients for the ewaste business. And we'll be talking about some of the updates that I was talking about last week. And I've got a call with John today, just continue to refine the process and enable us to do more listings quicker and more effectively, teaching him some few things, basically teaching him the nuances between why things are valued higher. And I mean, he does a really good job of that already, but just that next little level that I would normally tweak at, trying to hand that over to him. Yeah, other than that, it's happy days. Where is the space? Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna go make some phone calls, get all that done, go and do the Get Wide podcast, and we'll get into it. Oh, excuse me. All right, I finished the Get Wide podcast, and that was a flop because camera cut out halfway. I didn't realize, so I had to. Anyway, I didn't get to record everything I wanted to, but we did go through all of this. And yeah, I've just been getting the washing ready, so moved everything out to the front. So I've got the washing coming back in about an hour. We're picking up at about dropping off about 11 bags, and then another 11 bags going out. This is all button shirts, and we're getting tees back next. So I'm going to get into the morning now. Dion's about to arrive. I'll go do some admins, and yeah, last night we had our charity auction for Backpack for Big Kids. Didn't do crazy amounts, but we did about $138, so I appreciate everyone. That's all the stuff there. And then we had one winner take home this as well from the raffle too. So really appreciate everyone getting involved. But make sure you check it out. From here on, the prizes just keep getting bigger. We've got another switch. We've got PSA cards anywhere between $450 up to $750 in value. So lots of goodies to be won. You can sign up for $5 or you can buy multiple tickets. Up to you. I hope to see you there. Let's get into the day. It's just one of those days today. So obviously I had the issue with the Get Wide podcast not filming properly. That's stuffed up. I've had a few issues with the post. It's all right. We're all good. But I had to move my van because it's absolutely pouring outside. So I've had my, can have my laundry lady park up here real close because I can't do obviously the roller door because we can't get to it. And anyway, moved my van and have gone over a bunch of screws. Not blaming the person that was parked there, but I've parked where the person was and yeah, gone over screws. So now I think it's just the one wheel, but I got to check. It's been pouring rain, so I'm waiting to till it stops raining and then figure out what the damage is. But just another day at the office, I guess. It's just one of those days. Anyway, is what it is. The washing lady is going to be here shortly, and we'll do the switch over. Once the rain stops, I'm going to have a bit better look around, make sure there's no other screws for the rest of the team, and I'm going to have to change the wheel at some stage as well. And yeah, never a dull day. All right, team, we've done all the washing. It's all unloaded. This is special attention, and then the rest is just all jerseys. That's all tees, and then a couple of buttons, button shirts, and then we've got more tees here, and then we've got a couple of other goodies here. This one as well. All right, so I've got a meeting now. Dion's going to keep smashing away at that. And then I think at some stage, hopefully the rain's going to die down a little bit later, and I've got to deal with my wheel as well. So anyway, let's get it done. All right, team, it's all happening. Just had my tire taken off, and it's going to get dropped off so they can fix it, and I'll pick it up on the way home. And while we've got everything out, because it's sunny, we're actually going to double stack some of these just so we can make a little bit more space while I've already cleared out stuff. So yeah. All right, so we decided to stack all four while we had the chance to do it. Two of the boxes broke open, so we had to quickly make a big pile. Now we're going to adjust this to go back there. We can move those in a little bit, and then we're going to have all this room a bit more. We're going to be using some of this for cardboard and storage and other things, but at the moment it was more so just to get them out of the way. If I get some space, I'm going to double stack these up higher just to get them out of the way, because it's a little bit squishy. Almost there. Dion's already packed all the clothes. Love it. Good stuff. How many bags we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bags. Cool. All right, this is what the chaos looks like now, folks. So I'm probably going to end up 4 stacking these, but stopped it there. This will go out next for washing after those. We've got all these tees still and all this stuff as well. That was the boxes that broke, so we didn't have a choice on those. And now I'm just strategizing of what's next, and we've just been talking about how long it's going to take us to get through all this clothing. There's about 240 pairs of shorts. There's probably about 200 tees, and then everything else together. Oh, then the shirts come out. So we've got about 600 items in play at the moment, and then these will go out, and there's probably about 150 here. Maybe less than that, actually, probably about 100. So we're just weighing up, should we send something Monday or wait a little bit? But you know, Dion's going to be in tomorrow with the other photographer tomorrow. Then Monday's full cap, so I think we're actually going to start to get through this pretty quick. Dion's smashing out the jeans. Once we get on the tees, they're not going to take very long to do, which is good. It's the shorts we actually need to prioritize because we're spring, summer. And then, yeah, we've still got all of these tees ready to go for washing. Very nice stack. And then there's a mixture of stuff here. But yeah, I think we'll prioritize these then for next Thursday, but they'll be packed up Monday. I'm thinking about getting some of the more rectangular vertical trolleys. They're kind of like smaller versions of this on wheels, so that once we pack all our washing bags, we can stack them. It's just going to make life a little bit easier, but it's just more money. But yeah, I think we're doing pretty good. Good job, Dion. Good job. All right, team, I got to get out of here. I've been on the phone on a call with John. I've been doing a bit of other admin as well. I'm just packing up everything before I leave, and I've got to go to Tyre Power and go get my tyre changed over. So I'm going to go do that now, and then I'll go pick Carla up from the train station. I think I'm going to have a little bit of time left over, so probably leaving a little bit too early, but they close at 5, so I don't have a choice. I think I'm picking Carla up at like maybe probably not till yeah, a bit later. I'm getting a phone call. Right, I'll give you a sec. Give me a second. All right, as I was saying, yeah, so I'm going to leave now, go do the tyre changeover, and then pick Carla up from the train station. But we'll leave it there, folks. I'll be back here tomorrow morning, doing it all again, of course. It's been one of those days where I felt like things were a little bit frustrating in the morning because not everything went as planned, but that's just the reality of it. Sometimes it doesn't always go as planned. However, we did end up still getting a lot of things done that I wanted to get done. Had some productive calls. The e-waste stuff that we've been talking about, the new opportunity that's coming up, we're still making progressions on that. Yeah, it's going okay. So, all right, I'm gonna get out of here, and I'm pretty happy with all of this set up over here as well. And we've still got a lot to do, but progress is progress. I'll see you tomorrow, folks. Ciao. Folks, and just like that, it was Friday. And you know what that means? We have the boss in the house, we have some breakfast, got some coffees, and it's another fresh day of opportunity. So today, Dion's in, I've got photographer in. Their plan is to just, yeah, keep smashing away at this. Dion should finish this today, I think. And I'll probably have, yeah, the other photographer start on the shorts. We're actually thinking about doing the racking today. It's like the front racking for all the jackets. But we'll see. But I'm going to have some breakfast and just get settled in, and then we'll get set up for the day. Okay, team. So Dion's in. He's starting to do the postage. We've got all this going up. We sold 2 pairs of Yeezys for $250 each. And then we've got some Barbies going out. We've got a lot of non-clothing going out today, which is cool. That's from Andrew won this the other day for the raffle. Not much clothing, just bits and bobs, some jeans, some shirts, everything in between. I'm going to be spending a little bit of time doing some non-clothing items this morning, probably some e-waste or more shoes, and yeah, just trying to continue to get on top of those things because it's been a while, and I have a funny feeling that we're probably going to get some more e-waste today. All right, team, almost finished. Well, I actually haven't almost finished. I'm now moving on to some of the older devices. These are just the old pin ones. We've got the iPads, we've got the iPhones, more iPhones there. I've done a couple of cameras, and then I'm going to get on to doing the Macs as well. We've got a little neck gear to get done. These will just be bundles. These aren't worth as much anymore simply because they're just so old now, but people still collect them or mod them or whatever. But yeah, gonna get those done, and then might even move into some of the shoes or some of the sunglasses. All right, up to the last bundle of iPads and iPhones. These are all like really old ones. I've done all the Macs now. Last thing got to do is this one. Almost time for lunch as well. These ones have taken a little bit because they just take so long to charge, because we basically just see if they turn on or whatever. But there's a whole stack there that we're about to do. We'll put this as one big lot. And then I think the other thing I should really be doing is these remotes. There's probably about $200 just sitting there, so I need to probably act on those. Obviously we've got all the shoes. There's all this stuff I've got to do yet still, but no, I'm just trying to get these quick wins done. I just did a bundle of watches as well. And then I probably need to do these ones as well. And we do have some old keyboards which we'll sell untested. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. The other thing with bundling is just camera chargers. So we don't have any batteries for these or cords or anything. We just sell them as a bundle lot. Parts not working, untested. Someone that does obviously resale of cameras can make use of these for their own bundles. We will list this. I will list this at $99 and take best offer. All right, team. So we're starting to put up the racking. You know, just chaos again. We're just figuring it out as we go, because they did tell me which ones are for what, but then it all got jumbled up when we packed it. So it is what it is. So we're going to first set it up and see the length, and then we'll adjust here and there. So we'll show you what the final result looks like at the end. All right, and this is how we landed. Obviously, we've still got to clean up stuff, but we managed to get all the racks onto here with some space left. We couldn't use the super tall one because it literally was about this far from the roof, so it didn't make sense with the hooks. with the coat hangers. This is being put in as best as possible for now, just to make sure that we've got the space. Dion over time will probably make some adjustments, like with the coat hangers and stuff. It's pretty sturdy. It looks a bit, squished, but it's not really going to be an issue. If anything, it's actually better to have these in here because they won't get dust on them. So I'm happy with that. And yeah, it's not too bad. Just got to make home for all of this and this, and then obviously deal with all that. But these ones couldn't fit because they were a bit too long, which is a little bit annoying. But we'll figure that out. We can just probably put them on a rack in here. But I'm happy with this. This is good. Good progress. All right, team. So we've now got that over here. I've just moved the pipes out of the way so we can walk through. Obviously, this has to be dealt with, but I'm not doing that today because it's already just 4 o'clock, and I'm going to quickly just pack any last minute things that have come through. But this is really good. Like, there's probably, must be about 100 jackets here, if not more. So this is looking pretty good. Can't really complain. But yeah, it's all good. A bit of a mess out here, so I'm going to quickly just do this postage, and then I'll clean up a few things, just make some space and get ready for Monday. Alright team, this is what Friday's postage looks like going out. Nice little trolley work. I'm happy with that. Going to get that sent off, and then I'm just going to do a little bit more admin. We'll do the recap on the way picking up Carla, because Carla left a bit earlier. She had an appointment, and yeah, we'll probably leave here just before 5. I'll do the recap on the way to pick her up, and yeah, I've just got to finish a couple little bits of admin over there. But yeah, all in all, this has come out pretty well. Alright team, that is a wrap of the day. It's 4:49 now. I've just been finalising a little bit of admin to see where we've landed. I'll quickly show you, and of course I'll show you at the end of the video of where we landed with the dollary dues for the week and month anyway. So at the moment we're on track to do $516,000 for the month, for the year, wish for the month, for the year. That's the end of FY26, so next year, June is where we're finished. At the moment we're averaging 46 listings per day, 37 sales per day, and averaging about $1,416 per day. We, at the point in time, we're expected to be 82,000. We're actually ahead of the game now, and our sales are also up. Now, in terms of ASP, our ASP is a little bit lower, but our cycle time is also average, but our sell-through rate's starting to go up. We're selling about 28% of our stuff since the start of the financial year. In terms of profit-wise, this month we're currently sitting on 3,500. And we've still got a couple of days left, so we may get, yeah, we'll probably get to about 4,000 after I add in all the expenses and the fees and everything. Probably get to 4,000. So the beauty of this, and I know it's very low, but the beauty of this is I am continuously able to grow the business, add more staff, add more expenses, and I still manage to get $4,000 on average per month, which is basically paying all my bills and my lifestyle. And again, it's not high profits. If you're here for high profits, you ain't gonna get them. The reality is I'm using this to build something for the long term, but I'm still managed to pay all my bills. And we've only had a negative 1 month. Even with the negative that we had for 1 month back when we got this warehouse, we're still averaging over $4,000 per month. Now, in terms of a percentage, we're sitting at about 9-10%. So the goal is for the next, basically till end of year, is just list, because we have so much stock, working very hard to make that happen. Like this month, we have listed 1,500 items, and we've sold 1,194 items. And in the same month, we've sold 76% of the same items that we have listed, which is just pretty wild, actually. So that's really what I want to get to. So actually, 25% of the items that have sold are stuff from old, and the other stuff has sold within this. Yeah, that's actually pretty wild when you think about it. But we're averaging 41 sales per day at the moment, and revenue is about $1,400 per day. So I think we're going to land at about we're probably going to land around $45,000 for the month. Which will be our second best month ever profit-wise. Yeah, we'll probably land at about $4,000. But I'll show you all that at the very end anyway. For the week so far, we're actually We're on 8,820. We should hit, maybe, if we're lucky, we may get to 12,000. But that's a wrap, folks. I got to get out of here. It's been a crazy week, a very good week. Lots of ups and downs this week, but good to see that this is making great progression. We haven't sorted or counted it in clothing today. This will go out on Monday. We get a whole bunch more back. We've had these guys do an amazing job over here. We've nearly finished all the jerseys. Halfway through these shorts. I just need to turn this phone off before I forget. And yeah, it's been a good day. Been a good week, really, all things considered. We continue to get everything done as we need to get done, even though there's a few little hiccups along the way this week, but I'm very, very happy and grateful for that we've been able to do that. That's all done. Make sure these are off. I'm going to do a recap in the car on the way home. I mean, to pick Carla up. And yeah, they're all off. Cool. And yeah, we'll talk about how everything is, but this is crazy. I'm already excited for next week. Now, I'm actually picking up a deal tomorrow on Saturday, but it's some stuff that we're getting in time for Christmas. So I've been working on this one for a while. It's not a lot of stuff. It's just probably a little bit of pop culture and stuff for Christmas. So I'm gonna get out of here. This is great. Really excited with this. And I'll see you guys, well, I'll see you in a jiffy. I'll do the recap. Ciao. All right, team. What a week. And I tell you, it's all a blur. Everything's been a blur. This week has definitely had its moments of just some frustration, but everything's all good. And it just goes to show that you can think you've got everything figured out, and there's always something that's just going to pop up and go bang, 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 right? So you just got to be willing to flow and adjust with it. That's definitely the big lesson this week. But the other thing that I was chatting to Carla about it earlier was I'm still kind of getting to the grips of my role, what I'm doing, but it's all coming into play, because I find I spend a lot more time now thinking, walking around, thinking, planning, strategizing, and I feel like I don't do anything, like, you know, because I feel like I'm not doing what I'm normally doing, which is the physical or the operations. But you know, everything that I've done this week has been, you know, we've been doing upskill calls with the listing team, been doing meetings with the ewaste crew, and that was with the chief of operations around this new deal we're working on, which is starting to look really, really good. And that's leading to some new things as well. I've spent about, yeah, probably 3-4 hours on that this week. And then, you know, obviously doing listings and doing other things, but sorting and planning and shuffling and trying to just see how the rest of the layout of the factory or the warehouse is going to look as we continue to progress. And we're getting really good flow. We've listed more than ever. Like I think I said before, we've done 1,500 listings this month, which is more than ever. So that means we'll start to see those dividends come through next month. We're on track to potentially do our second best month in revenue, and obviously I've spoken about the profit already, but we'll talk about that at the end anyway. But yeah, I mean, all in all, everything's going smooth. We have sold some great items already of this big deal. I think we're probably close to have done $1,000 already. We've had it for 2 weeks and pretty much done $1,000. I'm happy with that, considering that we haven't really got much of it listed. Some of the shoes we obviously sold those Yeezys, and we sold, I've sold a couple of other bits and bobs to people off eBay. So $1,000, not too bad. It needs to be a lot more than that, but we haven't even started listing, so I can't really complain. But yeah, other than that, like, I'm very grateful. Everything's worked out. We've got the racking up there. Obviously, it hasn't filled all the racking needs, but even with that in mind, it's going to fill what we need to fill for now, and then gives me time to sort out the next stuff. Now, there's still a lot of things on my to-do list. We've still got all that other clothing that I didn't really get to in time before we got this big deal. I didn't know this big deal was coming, so I've got to work on that. And that was a big bump. There's a whole bunch of other things also I've got to plan out for whatnot. We're starting to also get ready for Christmas, and there's going to be some changes over Christmas because I'm going to be going away. Meant to be getting married before the end of the year, all these different things, and there's a lot going on. And yeah, like I'm happy with all this. So it's just lots on my mind, but that's the part I love about it. So all in all, can't really complain, but the big lessons is like, sometimes it doesn't always look like what you think, and sometimes it's not going to go as planned as you think. But you know, you got to just be willing to be flexible, be willing to adjust, be willing to get liquid with it, especially with the whole US situation as well. Obviously that's a big dent in our business, but we charge on. We absolutely just charge on. You know, in terms of financials, I'm not here to tell you that I'm here to, you know, make millions of dollars of profit as much as I want to. That isn't possible at this point in time. We've probably landed, as I said, for the month, we're probably going to land around $4,000 profit. I'll put up on screen of where we are by the time I put this video, by the time I edit this video, which will be Sunday evening. But you know, it's probably going to be around there somewhere. In terms of the week's been pretty good. We've still been averaging. We've done lots of goodies. Actually, this week it's mainly been on eBay, which is great. Whereas the week prior we had Whatnot and some wholesale off eBay. So it's good just to have the different revenue streams continuously making the money that we need to be making. And I'm excited to see where it's all going to play out, yeah, into September, knowing that we're going to have a lot of pretty cool stuff going up. Like Dion's been photoing jerseys today. We've got some banger tees going up. It's going to be a lot of fun. So it'll be interesting to see where that plays out. But in terms of everything else is, obviously I would love to get the bottom line up. My current goal is still to figure out how do we lower costs without the expense of obviously, you know, changing staff and things like that. So I think the solution to that is, now that we're starting to ramp up with more listings, we will start to see that happen. But I guess the thing I'm super happy about is that we've been able to continuously pay all the bills, pay myself, pay the team, and do more, and you know, put more expense into the business, and we still continue to elevate it. So that tells me that it's only time that we will continue to rise, because if I just removed obviously a worker, we would have a lot more profit, but that is not the intention. I don't want to be doing lots of work. The work I want to be doing is large scale, and I want to be, you know, planning for the future of the business, not actually doing the stuff for the business today, but doing stuff for the business for the future. So if you understand that, you understand what I'm talking about. All right, that's it from me, team. I'm gonna go. Actually, we're going out for dinner. I'm not picking up Carla. I'm meeting Carla. We're going out for dinner. Should be a good weekend. No Whatnots this week. Taking a break, and hopefully I have a Whatnot stream next weekend. But there's a lot of things going on personally. All good things. We're just, you know, house hunting and wedding planning and everything else in between. So yeah, not too bad. It's a good problem to have. All right, team, appreciate you all. If you did have any questions, any comments, make sure you chuck them down below, and I'll do my best to get back to them. Otherwise, you have a wonderful week. But most of all, make sure you are thinking about, if you do want to get ahead, if you do want to make progress, all you got to think about is, what is one thing that you can do today that's going to get you closer to where you want to be. If you do that, you will continuously always get closer to where you want to be. And you know, always shouting out to Narana, because I feel bad because I haven't messaged her for a while, but we've been chatting heaps. And you know what she likes to do is she likes to just focus on getting 1% better every day as well. That's another way you can do it. Appreciate you all. I'll see you next week. Ciao.